Mining Job Hunt. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and today I just want to do a quick video on where a new starter should be looking for jobs. So we're going to use three reference terms into Seek. We're going to type underground in, we're going to type surface in, and we're going to type dump truck in to see what comes up. First off, let's type underground in and hit Seek, and you'll see all the jobs come up over 1,500. One of the first jobs up is an overseas job, but then it's straight into an entry-level job for South Australia as Olympic Dam. And then you come down for a residential job with Northern Star and Kalgoorlie, and then more truck jobs. Now, most of these jobs will ask for experience, but the reality of the situation is there isn't any, so all these jobs are going to have to be filled with new starters. So let's have a look at what they want out of a truck operator at Olympic Dam. So if you come down the ad, you'll see down the bottom that the only thing they're looking for is a valid driver's license, a manual one. And you'll notice that there's no R2 dump truck ticket requirements on this ad. And if you go back to all the other ads on that page, you'll see that none of them have any dump truck tickets requirements in them. They all just want a manual car license and if you've got some experience or knowledge. And that's where the sponsor's training comes into it. If you can show them that you know how their mine works, then you've got something to offer them. If you go back to the ad, they'll want you to talk about how you're going to work with their procedures within your department, and if you can talk to them about how their mine works, that's going to give them a level of comfort that you just don't get when you go in not knowing anything. And that is the secret, and the way to put yourself above everybody else is to know how their mine works. So that's for underground. If you want to have a crack at the surface, then type surface in, and if you come down, you'll see lots of drill jobs and a number of labour hire companies looking for surface operators, but this is what you're after, an actual mining company that hires direct. Now again, you'll notice that for the surface they just want a HR licence, but what isn't here is an R2 dump truck ticket. Again, they can't transfer those tickets on site, so they don't ask for them. This mob wants 12 months experience, but if you're a new starter, I would throw it into them anyway, just to see if they've got anything. And if we move over to dump truck and type dump truck in, slightly less jobs come up. But what you'll notice about this is that most of them are labour hire, and labour hire are only really looking for experienced people, unless they're hiring for entry level or around a mining town. That's when you can go to labour hire. But from all these fly in, fly out jobs, that's labour hire, that's labour hire, labour hire, labour hire, labour hire, labour hire, labour hire. Now we're down to the employers. So Macca's and Westgold are two big employers. And we'll look at Macca's first, and they're just looking again for experience, and they're looking for someone with a HR license. So if we go back up to have a look at Westgold, and it's the same thing. If you come down here, you'll notice that there's they're not asking for any tickets. They are asking if you've got articulated dump truck experience, but they want a HR driver's license is a must. So the big thing out of this that I would want a new starter to get is that when you send your resume in and it's full of R2 tickets that employers can't use, it really does show a lot about how much you've prepared yourself for getting into the industry. If you haven't caught up with it, this is a really good video on tickets in mining that explains it all. But as I just showed you, throughout all those ads for jobs, none of the employers want a dump truck ticket or an R2 ticket of any form. They just want a manual car license if you're going underground, or they want a HR license if you're going on the surface. Before I finish up, there's just one more ad that I'd like to show you, and that's the BHP Traineeship program for 2021. And this one, again, just wants a manual car license and someone that's going to follow procedures and be a bit flexible about what they want to do, work day shift and night shift. But what I really want the new starters to get out of this is that they cancelled the program in 2020 So everybody that applied for that has been invited to reapply for this one. So the reality is that there's probably not going to be a lot of spots, and there'll probably be, you know, between 20, 30, 40,000 people apply for this. And there probably will only be a class on each crew, class of 30 maybe on each crew, so that gives you a total of 90 people. So there's not really a big chance of you getting this. So if you're pinning all your hopes on getting a traineeship like this, you're probably not going to walk away with a win. If you want to get into the industry, the best thing to do is to go where they have to hire new starters, and at the moment that's in Hardrock Underground. So I hope you found that information helpful. If you've got any more questions that you want answered, just send them through. And if you could please share this information around and like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.